it is. So he has to grab a gear, and now we get underway in race number 1 of the weekend of the 2018 Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. It's all about keeping it patient going down here to turn 1. We let them loose pretty much from the fountain, but from right now, it's keep your cool, find yourself a good position, and settle in for the next 11 laps around this Long Beach circuit.
I can't believe Arie Luyendyk having to back up and take off, take the green flag, was still able to stay in the lead, going all the way in towards this carousel area. So right now we are Arie Luyendyk. Right behind him, it is Eric Davis out of the Always Evolving, and Bill the Thrill Hines in P3.
So past the famous Dolphin, the aquarium section of the circuit, down into the right-hander. Now we let them loose. This little short part of the circuit, which brings us into the right-hander. Now the speeds rise as they enter towards Pine Street and the first of our 4 ramps around this 1.9 mile course.
There is Abdali Lopez. You saw him stepping out just a little bit there, going in it. Now you see him single file. This is where they get us going in the turns. They start going 2, 3, 4 wide back and forth. Abdali Lopez not able to quite make a pass there, as now they're on Pine Street. Big air as the ground just falls out from underneath them, jumping down that big hill.
So into the right-hander. There is Didi pushing the VP Racing Fuels entry along, so carnage free so far as they head down the backside of the circuit here and down to turn number 9. We know they carry a lot of momentum down here. If you haven't got a good brake pedal underneath you, it'll catch you out like it's doing right now.
Oh, and there you go, Troy Didi, I believe that was again. We saw him do that in the exact same spot in 2017. Ended up putting it a wall. He was able to collect himself and keep it together through that section.
So through they come, this tight right-hander that brings us on the hairpin onto the main straight to complete the first of 11 laps in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. We'll give it to Luyendyk Jr. at the end of lap number 1. Davis will be second. Bill Hines runs in third. Lopez is fourth. Then we go back to Davey Hamilton. Look at this battle pack now further. About 5 or 6 trucks stacking up as they were 2 wide at the ramp then.
7 trucks in the air at the same time on the front stretch off of one jump. 14 competitors out there, half the pack was all in the air at the same time. As you see now, they stretch their legs down this straightaway. Over 150 miles an hour. Bill Hines moves up into P2, puts a move on Eric Davis. Davis goes wide, 4 wide as they go into the carousel area.
Oh, the dude was in the mix too as they go down to the little S's past the Dolphins. Now you can feel the temperature starting to rise out there in the field. Oh, they're 3 wide. Stop it, it's only lap 2.
3 wide to the Villabus driver of Matt Brabham, the first we've heard of him so far, starting towards the back of the pack. He gets a little bit of contact, gets pushed out towards the wall. There is Blade Hildebrand right there. Towards the back, not quite where he wants to be. Meanwhile, this is where Arie Luyendyk is like, okay, it's working out. I'm out front. I know I'm not getting the passing points you're talking about earlier, but I got a smooth ride. He's looking at his rearview mirror saying, I do not want to be a part of what's going on behind me.
Cole Potts almost made friends with the wall, driver's right-hand side. There is Hildebrand on the outside. To the ramp we go. Front wheel landing, rear wheel landing, right through this field. As down the inside now comes the Hoff in the 47 entry. Moves up the inside now of Troy Didi. Good move.
Didi gets the rear end of the Hoff. They're trying to move him out of the way, get an aggressive move. The 441 Didi construction truck not able to make it happen. But looks, I believe that is the Hoff may have the hood pushed up. Abdali Lopez, he gets the RPM speed truck a little sideways. Smoke bellowing off those Toyo tires.
Down to the final turn, so Luyendyk's margin is reasonable at the moment. Keep in mind the competition caution. Well, that was Hines locking up for a split second, but Luyendyk's lead is massive. But don't fool yourself, folks, out there. We will compress the field very soon when the competition caution comes out we start lap 3.
How about Bill Hines moving into second place, not letting Arie Luyendyk check out on him. Bill Hines in the number 57 United Fiber and then a Think Loud truck really putting in a great effort today.
More passing happening down here through the fast sweeper and down to turn number 1. Lopez under siege. Drivers protecting the lines now down into turn number 1. And they safely make it through this time. 2 wheels through the first corner. Morris is in the mix too. Gordon's starting to make his way up. He's in the top 11 now. So from the back of the field, he's made up 3 positions. He's behind the back, the rookie of the year so far in Cole Potts, who's 10th.
Davey Hamilton looking good. Back in the truck. It's been a while, as we said, had a big accident in the sprint car a while back. Now Davey Hamilton back in the super truck, up on 3 wheels. 3 wheels, a good feeling for him as he's looking very, very comfortable in that VP Fuels truck.
Panning back through the field, Jasem, so everybody safely through. Not too much damage for any of the trucks. I might be speaking too soon as Bumbuck side by side with Lopez down as that left-hander towards the first ramp here on Pine Street. Our leader clears it. Same too for Hines. And then Eric Davis runs back there in 3rd position. Hamilton Jr. is next as here comes Morris. Paul Morris on the charge, your reigning World Series champion. Listen, contact this time. I did speak too soon, and Bumbuck has found the wall. Contact between he and the 47.
The Hoff getting into Baumbach, spinning around. I was just about to say, Aaron Baumbach and Abdali Lopez race each other. Two completely different styles of racing. Aaron Baumbach is smooth and methodical. Lopez is like the Tasmanian devil. He's just an absolute animal out there. So those two getting a good race there, but Baumbach getting the short end of the stick as the number 47 gets into him.
And Hines again locking that left front. So Leindyke continues to lead as we get set for the first competition. Caution, there's more happening on the final turn here. I think that was Morris. Brabham's got ahead of him now as he pushes Lopez. Almost landed on the back of the Speed Energy number 18. As through they go to complete another lap right now. But the good news is the comp caution is not too far away.
So you see right there, we had both Brabham and a couple other drivers getting into it with Paul Morris. He was just sitting back watching for a minute. He's like, I do not want to be in that mess. We got a lot of race to go. Don't involve me in this. We got to be smart. We got two comp cautions coming up. So right there is Davey Hamilton Jr. He is battling with Gavin Harlan in the 55. Two young drivers going back and forth right there. Very talented. We've seen these guys running well in the past, but we have not seen a battle against these two guys yet in Stadium Super Trucks.
Almost parked him down by the Dolphins there in turn 2 and 3. They go side by side now on the run down to turn number 6. And who's going to get the corner here? Give it to Hamilton Jr. Meantime, Aaron Bumbuck has come in, and that Strategic Staffing Solutions, number 3, he's back in the pits in front of us. As we come up to that ramp, expect the comp caution to come out now, and this field compresses up for segment 2. We're just warming up here, Long Beach, and already we've seen plenty of action.
All right, so that is your first of 2 mandatory competition cautions. And what this does here, folks, as we mentioned earlier in qualifying, when you qualify well, you get rewarded and you get points and money, but you have to start in the back. Well, not only that, but we have comp cautions as well to keep them bunched up and packed together and keep the action tight. As now we're starting to see a few of these trucks, I'll say, have a little more character than they did when they came to the first starting grid here. So you see them bunching up right now. Still out in front, that is Ari Leindyke Jr. Gavin Harlan is behind him. And the VP Fuels driver of Davey Hamilton Jr., I believe it is, in P3 right now. So is Ari Leindyke going to be able to continue taking off in the pack like that? I doubt it. I mean, he's got the talent and ability. We know that. Ari can win races. But when you got Gavin Harlan, who had more podiums than I think anyone last year, right behind it, it's not going to be that easy. He's got his work cut out for him.
So the field stacks up, and now Leindyke waits for the cue from Jason Smith from USAC, who's controlling the race just up the road from us in race control. Behind Hamilton Jr. is Harlan, Davis, Gordon, Lopez in 7th. Matty Brabham's now 8th, Morris in 9th, and Blade Hildebrand completes your top 10. Then it's Didi, Potts, Hoffman, and Bumbuck, who's parked down here in pit road as we get set for the second part of this race. The crowd are loving what they're seeing so far, and as we got plenty more still to come as the green flag is about to wave in Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, the 5th race of the year.
2 United Fiber Data trucks out in front. It is Leindyke. Harlan right behind him, Davey Hamilton Jr. Where is... Troy Didi gets real sideways off the Toyo Tires ramp, almost parks it in the wall right underneath the Toyota bridge, just collects himself and is able to continue moving forward.
That was lucky. Down to turn 1, so Leindyke a little bit of a margin here. Here's Hamilton Jr. about to be repassed. Down to turn 1 by Bill Hines, who exits stage right and parks it up in turn 1, puts himself to the rear of the field.
Bill Hines, smart move there. He looked like he had some braking issues and just went wide, used the runoff. We've seen that happen before in the past here, Stadium Super Trucks. Bill's not going to be happening. He was getting a great run here in Long Beach.
Robbie Gordon from 14th position, now up to 5th. He's on the back of Davey Hamilton Jr. He should get this pass done. They'll go side by side on the run down here to the left-hander.
Look at those Toyo tires sticking that truck to the ground. You even go to the inside, make a good, clean pass. You don't see a lot of clean passes like that in Stadium Super Trucks. They usually have to be very aggressive. But Robbie Gordon, that Toyo Tires number 7, was able to get right by Davey Hamilton Jr. as now he puts his sights on our leaders. We've got our leaders out front, the 2 United Fiber and Data drivers of Ari Leindyke and Harlan, and they got the crosshairs on him right now as Robbie Gordon is sitting in P3.
That's 9 positions, a point for each truck you pass if you don't follow us, if it's your first time watching Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks as we get it underway in the second segment. Brabham down the inside makes the move on Davis. 3 wide action happening down here into turn number 9. That ramp just comes out of nowhere as we settle into a rhythm once again with Lyndike Jr. still your leader. Harlan second. Hamilton Jr. is now running third. Too many juniors in the top 3.
You see a lot of smoke coming off the tires of several of the trucks in that last turn. We are still sitting. Lyndike, Harlan, and there it is. So here we go. Now we got ourselves a race together. We got Lyndike, we got Harlan, we got Gordon, and we got Brabham. That's your top runners right now. All we need is we got to get Paul Morris up in the mix as well, and we are going to have the fastest drivers, past champions all together to finish up this race. Keep in mind, folks, there is one more mandatory comp caution coming up. Oh, dude, hang on, buddy.
Oh, no, he's got the wall. It's turned him around, and now he gets drilled by his teammate.
So the number 1 of Paul the Dude Morris makes a bit of a braking mistake there, gets into the wall, collects his teammate a little bit of the Hoff as well, the 47. He got into it. That's the second kind of collision we've had with him, so it's a rough day so far for the Hoff. Now, meanwhile, out in front, Ari Lyndike Jr., the Bachelor. He is still in the lead, United Fiber and Data driver. Now, the thing is, we got guys, obviously, that have the speed to catch up to Ari Lyndike here. But like I said earlier, he's one of those guys that's methodical about the way he gets himself around the racetrack here, so he's not going to be easy to pass. He's going to drive elbows up.
3-truck battle we're watching now. Gordon, left-hand side, if you're watching one of our super screens around this Long Beach course. So from the back of the field is now challenging for that second position. That's Harlan down the inside of Lyndike for the lead, though. And he will do it down here into the right-hander. Now, a handful of second-place finishes last year for Harlan. His dad, Chris, said today he's got to be more aggressive. He needs to get out there and win the race. This could be the day.
Absolutely, it was right there. I spoke too soon early as Harlan got a nice, clean pass. Right? Oh, Robbie Gordon gets into Ari Lyndike. Matt Brabham in the DeVillibus Hawk Performance truck. He gets a good look at it. He's now in the mix as well with another comp caution right around the corner.
And Brabham in the mix. He's now running in position 4. So those guys have come from the back to be right in the mix. It's on now, and upside down is Lopez on his side, right in front of our commentary position. The Mexican has got the ramp the wrong way and now has landed on his side in that Speed Energy number 18.
So Abdali Lopez is up on his lid here. Not too violent of a crash, but definitely got off the ramp sideways. You can see the Toyo Tires rubber on the wall there, right on the front stretch, as Abdali is still in the truck there. There's a good view. No, nothing bad. You know, the roll cage, nothing hitting the ground there, so it looks like not too violent of a rollover. Granted, it wasn't graceful either. As Abdali Lopez, he is out. There you go, shoreline drive. Make some noise for Abdali Lopez.
I told you to expect fireworks, but not that kind.
So, folks, this will now act as the second and final mandatory competition caution, as now we also see the number 47 of Jeff Hoffman pulling the pit lane. He's got a flat tire here. You see the Speed Energy staff jacking that truck up, change that tire and wheel.
This couldn't happen at a better time for Hoffman right now. He can rejoin and still be on the lead lap here. And this is not normal. This is not a pit stop that we have during the race. He'll now get this done and rejoin the race down there. Brand new Toyo tire going on the right front of the 47 machine. As the yellows have come out, this is not the official comp caution, although I get the feeling, as the reds have now come out to the left-hand side of us here on the main straight, that will take a few moments to clean up the number 18. But up until that point, it was really starting to turn into a pressure cooker situation at the front with Harlan, Gordon, and Lyndike, your top 3. Brabham and Morris, who went to about position 10 in that. Now he gets a chance to come back through the field as well.
So there is Hoffman. He is off. He will be able to stay on the lead lap as we got to get this truck cleaned up on the front stretch. I don't see any of the cleanup crew out here yet, so it's taken much longer than I would expect to get that rolled back over and get a full race in here.
Here they come now to the main straight as we take a little replay one more time of it happening here. It's always this section of the track. How many times over the years? It was a couple of years ago we had a truck come down and land almost in front or on the hood.
Yeah.
One of the trucks in front.
We've had some wild get-offs, if you will, here on the front stretch on Shoreline Drive. Well, that's what I'm calling it. I just made that up. I think it sounds pretty rad. I'm not going to lie. But so there we see the wrecker coming out to roll that truck back over again, and I believe I can't tell if I don't know if it's a tie rod or an A-arm or something might be broken on the front end of Abdali Lopez's Speed Energy RPM off-road entry.
Abdali's just walking back into the pit lane here at Long Beach. His race is done. They'll get that truck repaired for tomorrow. And Speed Energy number 18, who joined us late last season for the Lake Elsinore finale, won the Friday night race there. Joined us at the start again of this season, his own VP Racing Fuels entry. Great to have him here. And so I think they'll look to stop this race, stop the trucks on the outside, maybe on the backside of the circuit here.
I would think so. I don't think they're going to parade them around for a whole nother lap. Like you said earlier on, the VP of USAC, Jason Smith, in race control, I would imagine he will be stopping. Now, he is in communication with the drivers. They cannot talk back to race control, but race control can help them out. So as we see, there's the cleanup crew and Team Trouble out on the front stretch. That is getting ready to get things going. He tried to get that truck moved off. There we go. Front end's broke. The truck is rolled over. So that is Alberto, and Steve. And so those guys will get this truck cleaned up, try to get it out of here. Possibly they might even be able to get in it and back it out if it'll refire.
Toughest recovery crew in the business too, I might add.
Team Trouble, they're no joke.
Don't mess with them.
No, they are no joke. So they're going to do their best, and all of them very good mechanics as well. And then there's our head crew chief, Casey, out there. Very intelligent young man, just like the majority, or I should say the rest of these mechanics. They know these trucks inside and out. These are the ones that built these trucks. They put these together from ground one. They repair them. They do it in Australia. They do it in China. They do it in Mexico and Canada. And they travel the world, and this is their job, keeping these things running right. Don't think for 1 second that RPM off-road entry is not going to be out here on the track tomorrow ready to rock and roll, because it will be.
They replaced the A-arm on Paul Morris's truck yesterday too. That had seized up on the dude's entry. That's why he was not as fast as he wanted to be during that qualifying or practice/qualifying session we had at the moment. So the Reds are out here at Long Beach as we look at some more highlights from earlier in the race. This was going down into turn number 1.
Paul, the dude Morris right there, the number 1. I don't know if it was a braking issue or if he had made a mistake. You don't see the dude make mistakes very often.
No.
And luckily right here he gets into it, but it was a tire wall. So that was very lucky. If that was concrete, it would have undoubtedly been a broken axle at a minimum. And then he collects Jeff Hoffman. That's where Jeff Hoffman gets a flat tire, the right front. So he cuts down a tire there, and look at that fly. Hildebrand way up in the air. Now, and look at, only 2. You said that's the thing. That's the
carbon copy of Craig Dontis's crash. Remember Barbagallo last year?
Yeah, in Perth, Australia, where we're going here in just a couple of weeks. And call me crazy, but it seems as though over the years we have found out you need to hit the ramp with all 4 tires. If you just do it with 2, it doesn't seem to pan out. We've seen it happen in a couple different attempts, but unless you're going to do a full barrel roll and bring it back on all 4s, it's not going to work for you.
The only person I have seen achieve it is Robbie Gordon, but a much slower pace than his side on there. He's reigned in second position as the trucks have been stopped on the backside of the circuit there at Seaside Way. And they look to retrieve that number 18 Speed Energy entry. We've got another race coming up tomorrow afternoon here. The results of today's race, we flip them around and add them up with the points. And that'll set your grid for the final race of the weekend, this Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. What a cool event. If I can put into similarity to an event back home, it's like going to the Gold Coast race.
It is. It's very similar. Over in Australia, the Gold Coast is a great race, and it's got a similar flavor here. And sitting here in Long Beach with the city in the background, and then just such a beautiful area here on the beach, and the boats, everything, and the Queen Mary in the background. Very, very fun feeling here. The atmosphere is often very electric,
relaxed,
relaxed. Yeah. How about we do it like electric with flip flops on? You know what I'm saying? And same as it is in Surfers Paradise as well, which we'll be going back to. So, I don't believe that I'm seeing this right now, but it looks like they are putting the checkered flag out, which is very upsetting. Not getting the whole race in, with this being the last race of the day, with not another race happening, so nothing else necessarily coming out that we're going to cut into here, and very slow rollover in recovery. Maybe tomorrow we need to put Team Trouble completely in charge of that type of thing, because we would have been green flag racing right now without a doubt, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that, but I don't care. We should have got the entire race in, so that's very upsetting. So that is your checkered flag right there. So Looks like now we are.
So this will
Okay.
give Gavin Harlan the win on 6 laps. They come back in, and now the Speed Energy truck is towed away. So he comes back into the pits, and if we did go back to the last completed lap, he was in that position
Right.
of leading the race. So Gavin Harlan will pick up his first ever win in the Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck. So Long Beach, how about put your hands together, because this is a breakthrough win, albeit probably not in the style that Gavin Harlan wanted to win. He'll take the W nonetheless.
All right, folks. Well, I hear you booing, and I'm booing with you.
Yep.
A decision not made by Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks or Robbie Gordon or ourselves. A bigger power somewhere along the lines here has made that decision. And so that is your checkered flag. That is race number 1. As exciting as it had been, it could have been more exciting. But keep in mind, folks, don't forget tomorrow is race number 2, the last and final race. And that is going to be happening at 4:06 p.m. green flag tomorrow, right after the IndyCar race. So stay here all day tomorrow. Have a good time. But when the IndyCar race is over for tomorrow, the day is not over because the show is just getting started. That will be at 4:06 p.m. tomorrow. So, folks, thank you so much. We apologize for the early checkered flag. And Gavin Harlan's your winner, Robbie Gordon P2, and Ari Lyondike Jr. For Matt Nolte, I'm Sean Sermony. Thank you so much for your support. We love you guys here in Long Beach. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. Come over to the paddock and say hi. We're going to be there working on trucks for quite some time here tonight. Thank you all, Long Beach.